Let not hate rule thy heart. Let not fear break thy will. Let not wrath cloud thy mind. Let not midnight stand eternal. Blades and Blasters presents Eternal Midnight by Rogue. This is Demon Gate, a fantasy setting filled with horror and grief. Keep your fires high, else perish in the darkness.
And at the end of days, the first sign shall appear in the heavens. Justice shall fall upon the world of men. The armies of light and shadow will clash across the fields of eternity.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Blades and Blasters and the next episode of Demon Gate. I'm Rogue, I'll be the GM, and I'm also the creator of the game. If you like the setting, please check it out on my website, www.arcanumsyndicate.com, or you can pick it up now exclusively at DriveThruRPG. And of course, be sure to like and subscribe to all these awesome Blades and Blasters games. Tonight, we are joined by Tet, who's going to be playing Wrath, Matihi, who is Vengeance / Yuya, and Ghost will be joining the Team Angel tonight with Tethar. Cool Seer that'll be joining us tonight. All right, here we go. Does everybody have sight here?
Yes.
Alright, we last left off in the old tomb. It was a temple to the light pantheon of the gods, the human gods. But then, after some time, it was converted into a tomb. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong thing. Close that out, please. Here we go. This is... The crow flies over the valley, soaring on black wings. Its piercing dark eyes seem to hold more intelligence than just any crow. There's something else in there. It looks down across the mountainside and watches the trail of dark forms moving through the trees. They're moving towards something in the midst of the dark wood. And then the crow looks back at the temple once more, for that is where it last saw the two enter into the dark arch shaped like the hammer of Beogard. The journal of the dead priest that Wrath and Vengeance had found earlier in the day had been looked over now. It gave some insight to this place, to the meaning of these old runes in the walls, and to what they had fought earlier. The Solgites, corpse jackers, they often made dangerous guardians, for the spirit could return to any corpse and animate it once inside. They could keep doing this until there were no corpses to take. Not powerful enough to possess an inhabited body, but dangerous enough. The other being that they had fought, the strong one that infested the armored soldier, was now a Veil Knight. They were wicked beings. They fed off the remnants of a soul for a very long time. Having corrupted it in life, Veil Knights could wait for hundreds of years in pain, wanting death, but never able to have it willingly. Always it was an unrestful sleep, as one who had failed in their duty to protect in life. Thus their anger turned them into effective killers, corrupted by the darkness of the Veil Mist and their own regrets. Something strong had made that demon, and after reading the journal of the priest, they understood. This was once an ancient temple to the gods of light, to the human gods of light, that is, a home to shrines for all the pantheon, where one could come to worship them all in peace after making a long trek from Skore. The moon pool and the stone moon on the wall behind the tree represented Ghana, the goddess of the moon. The tree was the oak father, known as the god tree. All of its power had been used up now, but it seemed the moon pool still held some residual mana. Once King Fjorth died, this place became his tomb, and with it he took with him a dark secret that should have stayed buried forever. Thus no one ever returned to pray here. The journal, the words were scribbled by the old priest in his last days. There was much in it, but nothing was of great use until the end. We have been sent by order of Yogral and his advisor Asmund in the moments of his sickness in order to procure the item for him that he claims may hold the secrets to cure Aryar's vile illness. This sickness is like nothing I have seen before, but I do hope we can help in some way. I have used much medicine, Nagala, her herbs. Vagrin, our alchemist, is gone on a sojourn for Hammerfall, and I have no other options but to seek the book Asmund asked for. I have come to visit the god tree many times in secret, but never would I disturb the tomb of King Fjorth. For sealed within the tomb of the old king for over 200 years ago was a book of vile magic. Said unable to be destroyed by normal means, it was taken with King Fjorth so that he would protect us even in death, that none were to look upon the book again. This was back before there were only one king of Baelclade. It was a darker time. Asmund claims he has read that the book contains the rites to undo a sickness such as this before it is too late. I am to be the only man qualified to handle such a thing, and my exorcism has failed. I do not know if this book will work either, and I fear it would only bring more damnation upon us to disturb it. I have yet to share my thoughts with Garl, Jetta, and the Atticralian, close companions of mine, but I fear Asmund has taken ill as well due to his constant contact with the His eyes. Something seems different about his eyes. He has taken to sending men through the mines that run through the entire mountain and then into the deadwood in the valley below to search for something. I have not been able to find out what they search for yet. That place is cursed. No one goes down into the dark wood on account of the black witchcraft that was found there. May your God's mercy be upon us all, and his shield be quick, for I will wrap the book in the cloth of shadows when we find it. The shadow cloth that we have prepared. I hope it works, and that thing does not see us. Second entry. We have come to the ruins, and are now before the God Tree. It is a place of holiness that seems to be fouled by necromantic sorcery. Foul things have been placed here, and hanged men swing from the limbs of the tree. I must cleanse this place of evil before we reach the tomb of King Fjorth below. Some of the men are acting strange, afraid even. These are brave warriors with me. They are some of Skorde's best. They do not fear death, for they will sit at the table of Valhalla, and their fates have already been written. I will pray with them and try to offer encouragement before we go. This third entry and last entry. We have been attacked in the night. We are locked in this temple, for the things in the dark outside are too fierce to fight without light. A warrior was cut in half by mere darkness before me. We have lost several men already, and Garl is thinking we may have to make a run for it. For there are sounds coming from below in the burial chamber. We must get this book to the Jarl. And that was the last entry of Father Goran, the priest of Skorde. So, in this scene here, we find Vengeance finishing up some of her silver arrows, and Wrath is, I assume, still finishing up his breastplate, blessing it. And what does this scene look like?
So, Vengeance had eventually gone deeper back into the temple, collecting some of the bodies of Solgard. She burned their corpses on a fire that she made, taking their ashes before kind of burning their flesh. She tore them apart. She ripped them limb from limb, making sure the bones were out to make it easier for the flesh to burn. And she collected much of the ashes into a pile, putting it into a spare pouch before heading back up towards the god tree, taking a seat and working on her new bow. She had taken out the dragon bone, had started crafting it, sculpting it, using some of the god tree itself, cutting off pieces, intertwining it with the bow itself, creating the string. And as she finished it, she started carving etchings into it, warding off demons, undead, making it easier for her to damage them, carving in words of the Maker as she did so. And as she carved, she then took some of the ashes, put her hand on the bow, ran her hand down the length of it, etching the ashes into the carvings themselves, solidifying it. And as she did, she prayed to the Maker for him to bless the bow itself, making it more effective, blessing her so she may strike true and with his will. After that, she took more of the ashes and took a bit of water, mixing it together, and painting the face that was not hers. She painted more runes on her face, more runes of the Maker's words, runes to ward off the undead against her, against any possession. Afterwards, taking the talisman that she had around her neck of an unfamiliar god, though when she knew that the creature inside of her worshipped, on the back she painted more symbols, more etchings, and again covered them in ashes of the undead. As she did so, she was fairly quiet, but her demeanor was slightly more off. She seemed agitated, seemed to want to go, but knew she had to finish all these things. She didn't talk very much to Wrath as she completed her bows, her painting, her etchings. Afterwards, she just sat there, waiting by the fire as the sun slowly set.
Wrath, in the meantime, has been repairing this armor that he has collected from this Veil Knight, doing simple things like replacing leather straps and padding it with his padded armor on the inside. He did this out of memories from years long past. He did not remember where he had learned any of this. Most importantly, at some point when he is finished with that, he makes a swift cut on each of his palms, rubbing them together where the blood pools in his hands. He goes to the chest of the armor, placing his thumbs and his pointer fingers together, making a sort of teardrop with that, and his other fingers flayed out. Standing over the armor upside down, with the bottom facing him, he reaches down and places his hands on the armor, pushing hard, letting the blood make this intricate symbol on the chest. Vengeance would know that he has the same symbol on his own chest. Symbol of his angelic order. After that, he walks to the other side of the fire, kneels, and prays. Over and over again, chanting the same mantra. Let the Maker give me strength. Let the Maker allow me to bring vengeance and wrath upon those that would declare themselves enemies of the one God. Over and over and over again, until the blood dries completely. It takes a while, and then Wrath dips his hands into the pool, cleaning them. He also dips a rag into it and walks over to the armor, wiping away the blood. The congealed blood does. It washes away, and yet the symbol below remains a crimson red. now blessed and anointed by the Maker. He sits, looking at Vengeance as she finishes her work. "It is almost time. We will need to sleep," he says, admitting the faulty designs of a mortal form.
Vengeance looks up to one of the holes in the ceiling, seeing the sky grow darker and darker. Yes, I do not know if it is because this is the first time I am out, but I feel weak with the sun setting. I have not slept in a very long time, Wrath.
He nods. "Rest your eyes. I will watch over us."
Vengeance nods. She takes a place by the fire, propping her pack up, not doing much else. She lays on her back, looking up towards the ceiling, looks to Wrath again. I am unsure how this will feel. There is some uncertainty, but I trust you will watch over.
"All will be well. Worry not. You will awaken, and you will feel improved. Perhaps not strong, but improved. These bodies are folly."
She nods and closes her eyes. There's a slight smile on her lips. Good night, Wrath.
Looks down at her, sitting on the edge of the pool. "Sleep well."
And Vengeance starts to drift off. And I'd imagine, Wrath, are you gonna kind of fall asleep with her?
No, he's gonna try to stay up as long as he can
Okay.
to give her as much rest as possible.
Kind of take watch for her.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Then we can go ahead and go to Yuya's time alone. If you're ready for that.
Oh, yeah. I blink for a moment and I'm here. My arms and legs are tied down to a rack, sweating, battered, exhausted. I can barely move. I'm trapped in whatever place this is. It feels like some horrible nightmare, but I can't wake up. I feel the binds in my limbs tighten as I stretch and pull. It hurts. What is this place? I was talking to Wrath a moment ago, speaking about him to the gods. Him and his maker. He mentioned my sister dancing with the witches at the Black Sabbath. Got angry. I was eyeing off vengeance. I felt a pulling sensation in the back of my mind, and suddenly the visitor Wrath was gone and I was here. This room is a dungeon cell. Various devices for binding and punishing. This room is surrounded by thick black bars. I can only assume we're metal. The fire is crackling around me, but I can't quite see the sword. It's so hot down here. I'm soaked in sweat. I, I can hear the voice of something else outside, but I can't make out what they're saying. And beyond the bars, a long, dark corridor, I see something sitting down there in the darkness, straining against some bonds to catch a better look, but they're not budging, holding me tighter. Looking back down the corridor, I see it again. Something terrible is down the hallway. I can't look. I hope it doesn't notice me. Whatever it is, I'm scared. I feel it down there. I follow that energy radiating from where it sits. I I try to be silent and listen to the voices, but the fire, it's too loud. It's right next to me head, and I'm trying to strain my ears against the crackling flames. Is it the voice of the turnkey? The voice of my torturer? It's some sort of female voice. It's taken me a while to actually hear it over the fire in the chamber. I recognize it. It's vengeance. She must be speaking to Wrath while I'm locked in here. This prison cell. She put me in here with a mere thought. This is insane. It's outrageous. It's unfair. I've done everything Wrath has asked me. This wasn't part of the plan that I agreed to. God, if she could at least let me study my scriptures and my spells. Something. I'll keep you down here like a prisoner. Keltiel, I'm sorry. I just wanted to talk to you again. Please. Gunna. Someone. My body aches as the time ticks on. It feels like forever tied to this thing. When will this imprisonment end? When will vengeance set me free or talk to me for at least a moment? I want to scream at her, but that thing down the corridor is gonna hear me. If I draw its attention, I'm quite sure it's gonna come to the gate. I don't know if it is a key or is able to reach me, but I'm more afraid of it than being bound here. Oh, it lies away in the corridor. I can see it looks absolutely monstrous. I feel the fear bubbling up in my throat, but I can't flee. I'm trapped until she chooses to let me out. He's gonna don't let that creature get me.
Actually, can you roll a spiritual influence?
For Yuya?
Yeah.
I need her out here.
Okay. There she is. Okay. What does this look like? It takes her a while to actually come out, and it's up to you which if you want to this to be violent or not. But what does that transition look like?
So, as Vengeance closes her eyes, body relaxes, and as the sun sets, you can see her slowly falling asleep. And eventually, as the moon starts to rise, there's only soft breaths that come from Vengeance's body. And as the moonlight touches the inside of the tent, there's a loud gasp from the body, and she shoots up, looking around with these wide eyes, messy hair. She shudders and pushes it back, looking left and right. And she moves away from the fire, retreating far away. And she looks around with this kind of scared look on her face. It's gasping for breath.
Wrath immediately stands up and slowly walks to her. What is it? What is wrong?
Wrath! And she looks down at herself, looks at her hands, feels her wrists, feels her legs. She kind of notices the new armor she's wearing now, the bracers, greaves, new cloak. You can see her hands just kind of fluttering all over the face in panic. And she looks up to you with wide eyes. I'm back! I'm back!
Why?
I don't know. And she looks to Wrath and she gets on her knees and crawls towards you and grabs at your hand. Don't make me go back, please. I can't go back.
Doesn't pull away, looks down, slightly confused. I don't understand. What is wrong with you?
Wherever I go when I'm not here, when I'm locked away, wherever vengeance puts me, it's horrible. Wrath. I can't go back.
Cocks his head to the side. Stand up.
And she struggles to her feet. Again, kind of looking down, rubbing her wrists. Same as she's rubbing a wound that's not there.
He puts a finger under Yuya's chin and pushes it upwards so she's looking at Wrath. Where is this place you go?
I don't know. It's some sort of dungeon cell. I'm strapped down to a table and there's something down this corridor. And I see it. It's this dark energy. I don't know. It's evil. He's watching me when I'm there.
This is undoubtedly your connection to your sister. While she begins to frolic in dark magic, it is affecting you.
How? I don't understand.
This is
Whatever
why
it
you are
is.
strapped here in the first place. Because Keltiel tricked you into staying by performing that rite. Do you remember?
I remember. I do. I can't go back, Wrath. It's watching me. It's whatever she does. I don't know if I have time to talk to her or not. Just please tell her not to lock me down there again. Please.
He slowly nods. I will see what is occurring and speak to her.
And she sighs slightly, still trembling. Thank you. It's so lonely and it's terrifying. I don't know what to do down there. There's nothing I can do.
I do not know what is happening to you. He shrugs. This is your sister's doing. She torments you from afar.
Yuya looks around. Would Rogue, would she know or have some sort of inkling in what it is?
Would she know what is?
The creature that's at the end of the hall.
Oh no, she probably has no idea what that is about.
Okay, she looks to Wrath and nods. What? What can we do? Do I just have to suffer down there until we find her?
Wrath takes a deep breath. I will ask if there is anything vengeance can do to help you. Do not think that I have not considered your sacrifice. You have been a willing subject of the Maker, and for that you deserve a boon. If you are trapped in this place, and the embrace of oblivion has not taken you, I will see what she can do. I can do nothing.
Yuya nods very slowly, and she brushes some of the tears away. All right. I, I hope there's something, just something that can be done. I don't want to go back.
And about that time, you notice some sort of light down at the end of the hallway. It's strange. It looks like a little orb. And then it comes floating down pretty quickly and then stops. It kind of hovers about 4 feet off the ground, just spinning and swirling, looking almost like a little ball of light. It illuminates the room.
Wrath
Here.
immediately grabs Yuya's shoulder and pulls her behind him. What is this?
I don't know.
And you notice it sits there and it floats there and it doesn't seem like it's going to harm you at all. And you can hear what sounds like the tapping of a cane or wood on stone on the end of the hallway. And Taff, you can go ahead and tell us what this looks like when you enter.
So after a long bout of tapping down the hall, stones, wood against stone, eventually a figure starts to come into the edges of a light, slightly humped over, but still face well clear, and looks up to the two who are standing in the pale moonlight next to the well. It has been some time, but I have finally found you. Good. He just kind of makes his way and sits rather awkwardly on the floor. I take it you have removed the evil from this place?
Wrath is staring at this old man. Yes. Who are you?
Oh, rude of me. He gets up on his staff again. My name is Tathar Fargazer. And I have been told by your kindred to seek you out and guide you.
Kindred. Who would that be?
Well, angels, of course. What else?
He looks to Yuya and says, "You must go now."
She looks at him wide-eyed. Are you?
Be brave. I shall attempt to help you. It is my oath. I have told you this, and I do not lie.
Yuya and grabs Wrath's arm tightly and nods very quickly. All right, I'll try to get her. Yuya closes her eyes and attempts to summon up vengeance if she can.
This one's the nighttime, and she is sleeping. Oh. Yeah, she can come out.
Alright, so Yuya closes her eyes. Takes a moment, but the posture changes. Hair goes a bit forward, and Vengeance opens her eyes, a bit half-lidded. You see there's an annoyance on her face. And she lets go of Wrath's arm, clutching it, putting them back down to her sides, looking at Tata. And you are.
Tathar and Fargazer. As I said to him, I'm thinking that, he rubs his beard, you, the man, are Wrath. That would make you Vengeance. Am I right?
You are correct in that.
Good. Then the information is as it was received. Well, I am here to help. Of course, when an old man walks in from the cold out of nowhere, I'm sure you have plenty of question about it. I will be transparent. I wish you no ill will.
Where are these angels that you spoke of?
For the last 20 years, I saw visions, heard voices in my head. At first I thought I was mad, as most people might, but I began to understand more, read more about this one God, the Maker. I came to understand that these were angelic voices, and these voices have given me knowledge, shown me visions. That is what led me here, to you.
Wrath looks to Vengeance a little with some sort of surprise on his face, and then turns back to the old man. Well, what are you here to do? How can you help us, an enfeebled old man?
This is true. I am well past my prime, physically, but the mind is as sharp as it ever has been. And I have been sent to help guide you, provide some meager assistance to beings such as yourselves. I am a practitioner of the blue magic, divination, farsight. I have seen things. Most people wouldn't believe them, but they have come true. Many threads, all connected. That is what I would give. And I also know some other arcane arts that you will hopefully find useful.
And what is it that you have seen? I am assuming you've seen the darkness here. This is what you are going to guide us to.
Yes, I bring dire tidings. I had a horrific vision starting about a few months before. There's a wasteland of winter where there is no daylight. An eternal winter. Horror lives in peace, and they ravage the land of all things living. An evil that spreads to other lands. I remember one portion of the vision, stumbling through the snow, burned corpses all around and ashes falling from the sky. I find so many human remains, women, children, men, burnt, skinned, torn asunder. And when I look to the sky, and points up at the moon, I see beings flying in the light of a shattered moon. Drums chanting, and he starts to kind of lean back a bit, eyes rolling around. I follow this sound. Many robed figures around a black altar of bone. Women, scantily clad, dripping with blood and holding curved daggers. Banner, old banner, long hated in this world. The arbiters, necromancers, blamed for the pale plague, sacrificing the bodies of slaves and offering them to some dark entity, a demon. It must be a demon, a book in the hands of a black sorcerer wearing a mask made of skull. They plan to bring this dark entity from a strange, circular shape, gate made of timbers, logs twisted and woodworked, the shape of a gateway. When I get closer, he starts to come back a bit, eyes returning. I draw closer until the drums stop and all those that are there turn their gaze upon me. They all turn to chase and shout, "Get him!" And then I awaken, not able to see what a horrid fate certainly befalls me in this course of events.
Question, Rogue. We did not find a book in the king's tomb, correct? You're muted, I think.
Sorry, did you ask me something?
Yeah, we did not find the book in the king's tomb. Is that correct?
No, that wicked book that everybody's been talking about? No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, just making sure. Wrath circles back towards the fire and says, "Warm yourself, for it is cold outside."
Thank you. He comes over and kind of awkwardly sits and pulls his hands out to the fire and begins to rub them together. I never thought I would find such comfort in an old tomb, an old temple, as it were.
The comforts will not last long. We will head back to Score at first light.
Yes, we unfortunately cannot do it now. I fear, based on what has been encountered so far, it is more dangerous to go during the evening, during the night. There are shadows that tear men apart, though we could, most likely, we could handle it. It is not a good idea to have our defenses weakened. Better to go during the day. Deal with it then.
Just to clarify, Rogue, the Darkwood is different from Score, right?
Yeah, that is actually not that far from where you guys are. if you go, when you came to this temple, you actually could see it down in the valley. And to your left would have been the cave and the mines, and then to your right, you would have seen the temple. And of course, you knew to go to the temple. But yeah, the dark wood is right out there. And in your vision, of course, you've seen them gathering, and the gathering is supposed to be tonight, actually, because it is the Day of the Dead on the 15th of the month, a blood moon tonight. So there will be some sort of seance going on tonight, unfortunately.
Yes. So Tathar warms his hands on the fire a bit. I will defer to your wisdom, being what you are. I am a mere mortal man, but I would tell you that darkness gathers in the woods tonight. There will be horrible things that happen. Seance. I do not know if it is the summoning, but certainly something will be occurring tonight that is very dangerous in the dark wood.
Wrath is watching him, thinking, I see. Perhaps we should put an end to this. Slay the witches. Stop the summoning. Destroy the gate.
Vengeance looks to Wrath and nods. Yes, it will be more difficult to deal with if whatever it is they're summoning, be it demons or what have you, if it is properly summoned, we will have to deal with that as well. I am not at full strength, but I will push if the priestess happens to come out. She at least will be of use with matters regarding the undead.
Wrath looks over at Vengeance and then back to Fargazer. I will speak to Vengeance now about things that mortals should not hear. You may listen, but do not perceive any... well, do not attempt to understand what is beyond your understanding.
I would not dream of it. If it is meant for me to understand, then it will be made so. I will work to divine the next course of action in the stars. If I am silent, just rouse me if you require anything.
And he bows a bit and then looks up to the stars. Rogue, I'm going to use augury.
Okay, cool. What do you have to do for that? Anything special?
Astrology check while at a campfire. Let me see here.
See into the flames.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
So you move the flames a little bit. In there, you notice figures dancing around a fire. You can see the gate behind it, strange stones set up. And you notice a female. She's almost looks like she's coming out of the fire. Red hair, bare flesh, soaked in blood. Her features look similar to the woman that stands before you here, Vengeance, who calls herself Vengeance in Yuya. Similar. You can feel some bond or something between those two. And then your visions kind of fade off, almost as if you're flying over the town of Skore, which is destroyed, and you can see quite a bit of dark figures running down the street towards a two-story house. You can see them breaking through windows and trying to break into the doors, and magical energy shooting out of the windows, and it looks like some sort of fight is going on. And as if you were a crow flying over the town, then the vision kind of dissipates. But the bonfire was definitely in the dark wood as you flew from the bonfire over the mountains to Skorde. That's what you saw.
Tathar would say nothing for now, waiting until the angels, as he would refer to them, commune.
Wrath reaches over and pushes a stray hair out of Vengeance's face. What is going on with Yuya?
Vengeance frowns. Why do you care?
Because I did not mean for her to suffer bondage forever, or how long this takes. Why do you need to torment her?
Bondage. You can see this confusion growing on Vengeance's face. I do not leave her in bondage. I set her aside, yes. I do not trap her. She looks down to the fire. I am not sure where I put her. I just close my mind to her and cast her aside.
She says she is placed in chains, and there is some creature watching, always threatening her. She is afraid. If she comes out again in that state, she will be of no use. She is panicked.
She continues to stare at the fire. I am unsure. I have not seen this creature, this place, but I will attempt to alleviate these bonds, attempt to do something for her. I did not know this was happening.
Perhaps with my newfound sight I can look into your soul and see. Pull away the veil.
Vengeance nod, turns towards Wrath. She kind of folds her legs up so she's sitting cross-legged. Looks straight at Wrath. Please, if you can see whatever it is she is seeing, what I cannot. She kind of pauses for a moment. I have not seen whatever creature it is. She thinks back for a moment. Maybe you can get some sort of glimpse into what it is. Maybe it is because I am missing a part of me. Maybe whatever her imagination is, it's filling that void. But look within, see if you see anything, Wrath. I will attempt to commune with her. She closes her eyes, opening herself up to wrath as Vengeance tries to access Yuya and try to help her out.
Wrath is kneeling before Vengeance, and he makes the same symbol with his hand, the teardrop, with his thumbs and index fingers, and places his thumbs just below Vengeance's nose and the tips of his fingers between her eyes. His own eyes light up blue as he begins to try to astral sight into Vengeance to try to catch a glimpse of what is happening. If that is okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. I'll whisper you something and see if you want to share it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're doing this, though, you do feel something strange. Something bothers you, and you can kind of see that written on your face as you're looking.
Yeah, his mouth turns into a grimace, and then a sneer, sort of. His teeth exposed as he pulls his top lip back and gnashes his teeth together.
And yeah, as you're doing that, you see again that sight of the witches around her body, around that blade is what it was. They were around the blade, and they were chanting, and they were trying to pull her essence out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much.
Yeah.
Not too great of information, but yeah.
Yeah, as he's done, he waits for Vengeance to come to. His eyes
Vengeance.
dulling.
And she takes a few moments and she opens her eyes, looks to her. It is done. I have attempted to make her more comfortable.
He nods and stands up. We must go and destroy them as soon as possible. They have corrupted you. There is something that they put in the blade.
Vengeance stands up. What did you see?
Nothing specific. When they were attempting to pull you from the blade, something leaked through, inside, wrapped around, forced its way through. We must go and destroy them.
Vengeance shakes her head. No, I would never allow that to happen.
My sight does not lie. And he goes and begins to put on his armor.
She looks down at her hands. Maybe this was his feeling. I do not know. There's anger, hatred, maybe. She looks to Tathar. We are leaving.
Mhm. Very well.
Gets up and Looks at her and then looks at Wrath, and I divined a bit more information from the flames.
What is it? She'll start getting ready as he explains.
A woman that looks like you in a bonfire in the dark wood, surrounded by dancing and reveling, likely cultists or witches. And in Skore, nearby, a grisly scene of dark figures running down the streetways towards a building, 2 stories, clawing at the windows. Not much more than that.
Did you see a man with a mask? And another, a ranger. Dark hair.
I could see them in neither place. I could not see inside the house or nearby it, however. It was from high above.
He nods. Rogue, does Wrath think that exorcism would potentially help vengeance at all?
You think it might be possible? I mean, you could always try.
So before they leave, he gets his armor on, and before he puts his helmet on, he walks back over to the mana pool and dips his hand into it and slaps them both together.
You're cutting out there, Ted.
Am I? He goes over
Yeah.
to the mana pool. Can you hear me?
Yes.
He goes to the mana pool, dips his hand into the mana, brings his hands up, smacks them together, his hands both dripping with the mana, and walks over to Vengeance again. I would be remiss not to try this. And he simply, spins her around and grips her by the forehead and squeezing in on her temples. And his eyes light up again, but this time he's trying to force whatever this is out with an exorcism. I guess I'll roll that.
You attempt to try, but nothing happens.
He quickly realizes that he's not going to be able to do that, and releases his grip and shakes his head to Vengeance without saying anything.
Yeah, you can see she just wipes off her forehead, looking frustrated. You can see kind of hackles raised a bit. What was that?
I was attempting to force it out of you.
You can see she calms, taking a deep breath and exhaling. Well, it might be a bit more complicated than that. There being 2 spirits within, and having whatever it is, it's a creature.
He nods. Then let us go and slay them, and force them to tell us what they have done.
To kill Keltiel while she is out there. Get rid of her.
He pauses for a moment and nods, and this seems strange, though.
What do you mean?
Do you think the hunter would regale in this activity? I think not. If he is with Keltiel, then he is either dead, or they have separated.
Maybe they have separated. Maybe it is just her. My quarrel is not with the hunter. It is with the sister.
He looks over to Fargazer. Come on, man.
Yes, very well. Just walk his way a bit more briskly out, keeping his orb and getting it to rest above his staff until it goes out.
Wrath looks around the room one last time, somewhat unsure of himself right now. He looks up into the sky, hoping for a sign from the Maker, before making his way after Fargazer towards the exit.
And Vengeance is taking the lead, stepping ahead of the two men, and as they started walking, she walks with a heavy step, bow clutched in hand. There's some of a radiating anger about her. She walks towards the exit, and her eyebrows kind of set into a frown, and hackles raised, and there's just anger about her as she heads out to find this dancing group of witches.
And Fargazer, your orb follows you for a little while, and then pretty much dissipates when you get towards the edge of the temple entrance. Once you all step out of the tomb, you're back out into the snow. And the wind is still lightly blowing. You can see fires have already developed in the dark wood. You can see the light glowing there. And I'll move you guys over here real quick.
Yeah, because I'm Spaceballs. I can't see. I ain't found shit.
I have so many maps, it's crazy. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, you guys move out. Outside the tomb, you can see the passageway that goes all the way back to the entrance of that cave where you first found Vengeance, her essence. Can you guys see this here?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, and as you guys look out over the valley, you can see the pathway leads to that cave, leads to the mines, and then it leads into the dark wood. What's the scene look like when you guys get here?
Oh, Vengeance makes her way out of the temple first, and she gazes up at the moonlight. She definitely feels a lot weaker than she normally would. Kind of this wave of exhaustion kind of compiling over years and years of being awake and ever vigilant when she was inside the sword in the tree. And she feels it stacking upon her. But this hatred, this anger to destroy, to cleanse is overtaking her. And looks left, right, looks back to see the other two coming out behind her. There's an impatience on her face as she waits there.
Yeah, Wrath just begins walking through the snow, his shield slung across his back, heading straight for the fires that he can see in the distance.
You guys make it down into the dark wood. And can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you get here, you can already hear the distant drums. You notice the slow and deep sounds of chanting. You can tell that many people have already moved through this area. There's quiet here that's very unsettling. There's a calm breeze, but it seems to mostly howl overhead, over the tops of the trees. The snow sits on the ground. It's mixed with mud. Many footprints through here. Many feet have moved to this area. Boots, sandals. You notice that there's a fog in the trees, and it's very still. The trees all seem pretty much dead. They all appear twisted, like the entire forest is corrupted in some manner. You can't see very far, maybe 30 yards into the dark wood. The blood moon is out though, so it does normally give a good vision. It's almost like the hunter's moon, you know. It's just tinted in red. Both sides of the trail, you can't see very far into the trees, but the fog does kind of stick to the whole. Maybe it used to be some old wagon road that you're walking on. Go ahead and make a perception check as you guys are walking through this area.
Can you pull out vengeance for me?
Oh, yes.
It's okay.
Schizophrenia.
Yuya's back.
I see snow.
Lots of snow. Vengeance is blinded by rage. This continues onward.
And Tethar is the highest here. Alright, Tethar, you've seen this in your visions before, but you didn't know that there were different pathways and stuff through these woods. But you do notice that most of the footprints, the boot prints and the sandals in the mud, even though they're hard to see through the fog and the dark, you notice most of them go off to the right when there's a split in the trees. So there is a pathway to the left that still looks, like an old wagon road. It looks a little bit more overgrown, though, the pathway to the left.
Okay, so the right pathway has all the boot prints, but the left pathway is overgrown.
Correct.
Okay, are these recent boot prints that I can tell?
Yeah, they do look pretty recent.
Teffa rubs his beard.
looks as though it may be this pathway that these many boots and sandals have gone across. And points over towards the right side.
Vengeance kind of stops in her tracks and looks back to Fargazer. You have found another path. It is less traveled, yes.
Hmm. Well, this appears to be where the revelers may have gone, if these boot prints are any indication.
Well, let's follow. We will find them easier this way.
You all continue to move off down the trail, and you hear what sounds like talking ahead of you. It starts as a mumbling, and then you notice there are several men on the trail up ahead. These figures seemed robed. They're all conversing with each other on the trail up ahead, and none of them have really even taken notice that you guys have that you're approaching at all. What do you guys want to do?
Can we hear what they are saying?
You do notice that one of them is talking to the others about that he says, I believe all of us are ready pretty soon. We shall start. We are waiting on one more of the mothers. And the other one nods. And that about that time, you notice the other two that are standing behind him, looking your way. All of them are wearing the robes. All of them wearing deep hoods.
Wrath just says very nonchalantly, "Well, what are you ready for?"
I think it is death. Vengeance is going to draw her bow.
You notice all four of them kind of like jump at the sight of you pulling your bow, like they weren't even expecting anybody to come through these woods. That was an enemy.
Pull off your hoods, cowards. At least show your face to the moon.
Whoa.
And the Maker.
Oh, please, we mean no harm. We mean no harm. We are only here for the ceremony. And you notice one, he gets on his knees, the ones that's talking. This one here. And he takes his hood off. You can see he's a human. Knife cut, dirty blonde hair. He may have been a inhabitant of Skore.
What ceremony?
The ritual is tonight, where we all must drink of the mother's milk.
Why? For what purpose?
One of the other ones has been quiet. He says, we will all join with them tonight. We will be one of them. And they will not kill us.
I will kill you if you do not speak plainly. With who? Become one of whom?
They all look at each other like, you... They need souls. The witches. If we do not listen to them, they will kill us. Are you not from Skore? Have you not seen what's been going on?
We have seen what's been going on. It is unholy rituals. You still have time to escape. Leave now, for all who are at this ceremony will be slaughtered and offered to the Maker.
The two in the back look at each other, and they don't hesitate. They take off running. Not even past you. They don't even want to go past you, and they don't go back towards the ceremony. They just take off into the woods, if you let them.
Yeah, Wrath
The other
would.
two are kind of like bowing on the ground at this point.
Vengeance unknocks her arrow, puts the bow down. And what of you two? You stay on your knees.
This one takes off after you say that. The other one says, You will let us go? Are you here to stop them?
Yes. We are here to cleanse this place.
Tathar looks at the man. You are in the presence of great beings, young man. You should be thankful they are here. Prostrate yourself and do as they say.
He looks around very scared, and he's unsure if he should do this or not, but he reaches into his pouch slowly, or onto his belt, and he takes some strange key off, a bronze make. It's kind of rusty, and he says, maybe this will help you to get into the lower chambers of the manor. I used to work down there. And he throws it, kind of afraid to come close to you, lands at your feet in the mud. He says, good luck to you. Good luck to you all then. And he takes off.
Fools.
All of them. I was ready to shoot them. And she'll move over, bending over and taking the key in hand, looking at it. She walks over to Wrath and hands it to him.
He takes it without much thought and tucks it away in one of his pouches. Come. There's more left to do. We will not be able to scare everyone in these woods. Some will be too far gone for reason.
Save those who can be saved. Destroy those who are tainted. Cleanse these lands again.
Wrath begins down the path again.
All right, can we pause real quick for about 5 minutes?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks. I gotta grab a drink.
No worries. Same. I am back.
As am I.
I never left.
Aw.
You always know when it's no good when dudes are saying they have to drink from the mother's milk.
Yeah, it's like,
that's how you know bad things are happening.
my giant titties.
Because nobody who is of sound mind is ever going to utter that sentence.
Utter.
Oh.
I'll say it's definitely hard to maintain the that gravelly shit.
Once I get going, it's okay. But like at the beginning, it's hard to
It's hard.
rev it up. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It takes like half the game just to get it really going. It's like throat popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Almost ready here. Now I gotta find this damn... Oh, I got so many songs here, so much music here. Oh, this one's good, I think. I think this is it.
I'm excited.
A perfect music for mother's milk.
Yuck. Disgusting. We'll shoot the tits off those witches.
Bullseye, right in the nipple.
Yep. Right in the teat. Milk everywhere.
Your milk duck has burst.
No milk ducks for you.
There's apparently a Facebook group dedicated to storming Area 51. I thought this was an interesting thing to bring up because there's no fucking way this will work.
They should definitely try it.
But there is a goofy ass battle plan someone came up with. So 4 battalions of guys named Kyle armed with Monster energy drinks and methamphetamine, and then 3 battalions of rock throwers to distract the security forces, and 2 brigades of Naruto runners who run around the edges of the building.
My God.
I love it.
It's all planned out and
All
ready
those
to fucking
ninjas.
executed. All 250,000 people that subscribe to the page. It's my random useless fact of the day.
I like it. I have more wine in hand. I am good to go.
Almost ready. I'm gonna put this in order here. Oh, this is gonna be a little bit nasty.
Wonderful.
Excitement. I might need Yuya after all. Healing.
It's gonna be gross just because the mother's milk that's gonna be spraying everywhere.
Kitty milk for everybody. You get some mother's milk. You get some mother's milk. Everyone gets-
Yeah, episode 9, mother's milk.
Ugh.
Hmm.
Like spraying out like a gun. Just.
The most watched video on B&B.
Yep. Which is squeezing titties.
Oh God.
Hmm.
This is...
I'm scared.
It's gonna be nasty.
Oh no.
pools of it.
Time for lots of XP.
Yes.
Suck it, Hunter. And Kelthiel.
Yes. Wait.
Who are these people?
I'm schizophrenic now too. Who am I?
Surprise! I'm actually Hunter.
Am I an old man with a mask?
I love the voice, I have to say.
What the hell have I been seeing? I haven't slept in 226 days.
I've been a virgin for 65 years. That's why I'm a wizard.
Might be true. Big if true.
Oh, I might as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and light this whole place up, because... Yeah, sorry. I didn't get to finish my prep on this thing. Okay. Alright, we are ready to go.
Yes.
Alright, you guys ready?
Yes.
I guess.
Alright. As you guys, you pick up the key, and as you're watching those guys kind of disappear into the fog, running off, afraid, you notice in the distance off of the trail, the pathway to the left, it must have led to some old standing stones. And you're pretty sure that you notice a few of the gelt that have been missing for a long time. You see several of them go leaping through the trees and run off in that direction. You can see an old hut through the trees out by those standing stones. But that's the other trail most likely led you that way to that old hut and those stones. The trail that you're currently on goes further, and now that the huge bonfire is kind of lighting up the woods a lot in this area, you notice in the distance this gate that they've constructed. It looks similar to this in make. All of the timbers wrapped around each other. In the background, behind the bonfire in the distance. And you notice there are quite a few people at this gathering. There's more of those hooded men. They have some tents set up. And it appears that they have creatures guarding the passage here. So, would you guys like to sneak up, or are you guys just going to walk on in?
I mean, I have no stealth.
If you do want to try to sneak, there's it would just go off of your perception roll. But I think because of your armor, you get -4 to that roll.
And my perception is real good.
I have ways to prove this for people, but trying to think of how to present it.
Oh, that's true.
Wrath would... This is probably what Wrath would do. So he spots him, and he drops to a knee. we should draw them to me, and then you should flank them from each side. And he kind of points to each way. Vengeance to the left and Fargazer to the right.
So, I would hide behind the stones. You would stand here while Fargazer goes behind the rocks to the right. Is that what you are proposing?
Yes, have them come straight for me, and when they do, attack them when they are not looking. Let them come.
The only problem is if they have those with range, they will not come after you directly. Only those with swords, clubs, that sort of weaponry will come after you. The ones in the far back, I will have to handle those. I think drawing them close is good, yes, but there needs to be some sort of united front, I think. Attacking straight from stealth leaves you too much in the open, even with the cover of these trees. Fargazer, did you have some sort of input into this?
Well, I am no warrior, but I do know some magic. I could, with your permission, of course, embolden your weapons with elements that we feel would be beneficial in this fight. I can also use my orb to distract them once they have gathered. Perhaps it would give you, Wrath and Vengeance, some time to thin out their ranks with the lesser. I know some spells of combat, but I would not like to fight one of these alone.
That would be the problem of getting too far away from each other. Embolden us, Fargazer, so we may strike true.
It only lasts for a minute. I should... Well, several, in fact. We should wait until we are prepared to strike before I do so. It will require me to touch your sacred weapons, if you would permit it.
Wrath nods and says, "Fire. It is best against the undead."
Yes.
Very well.
He starts preparing a spell in his hand and waits for the unsheath of the blade and put his hand to Wrath's sword.
Nice. It's a success.
So I will imbue it with flame. It will last for 7 minutes. It's 12 drain. It'll cause an additional D6 fire damage.
So, yeah, whenever the modifier pops out, you'll have to do the D6 exclamation.
Vengeance comes over as well and offers her bow.
He will touch the bow and whoo.
And what's that look like when these are illuminated?
There's a very faint glow that transfers from Fargazer's hand onto the weapons, and they glow a bit. They glow red, a very dim, hazy red. But they're not overly hot, but there is a warmth to them as they're being held, perhaps a comforting warmth.
That will last for roughly 7 minutes. We should not tarry too long now.
He will actually consume a bit of basically a potion's worth from water skin to rejuvenate himself a bit after that.
Wrath looks to Fargazer as he's drinking, and he says, "If you fall here today, the Maker will take you up into his arms as a leal servant."
Well, I hope my service is not done yet, but I thank you for your commemorations.
Nods.
Vengeance.
No,
Sorry.
good.
Go ahead.
Good.
Vengeance looks to Wrath and Fargazer. We better do this in 7 minutes then. I have a feeling. She'll look forwards to the mass of shambling creatures and masked or hooded individuals. Seeing the ogre in the far end. They dance to summon the what is it? That's a summoning circle, or that they have, that gateway. Is it just sticks? Rogue?
Oh, sorry. It does look like all timbers and ropes and bones and stuff like that.
Seer
Cool.
again with this.
Yeah, she's going to look to Wrath, pull the bow back, may this arrow strike true. And she's gonna aim for those timbers, using that flaming bow to try and set it on fire.
Yeah, and
Just before you do that, you notice a girl take her hood off, and she looks like very similar to Keltiel at first. You think it's Keltiel. This girl here.
Yeah, she sees that, and her eyes immediately switch, and without hesitation, she aims her bow at the girl instead, and she fires.
Yeah, Wrath is tracking the arrow, and he sees that it's not going where he thinks it's going. He's like, "No, the gate! Shoot the gate!"
She's just kind of blinded by her rage at the moment. Ugh.
You notice the arrow hits this thing right here and shatters on impact. Hits the altar.
Wrath reaches and grabs her by the shoulder and shakes her. "Shoot the gate!
She is there.
Her time will come. Shoot the gate now. Shoot her later."
You notice one of them looks at the arrow and starts to turn back towards you.
Vengeance will knock another arrow, and listening to Wrath and pulling herself away from the girl, she'll fire again at the gate this time. I think, let me just double check, see if I add anything for this. Oh, I do have a +1 to hit. Oh, hey. Sick.
You notice
God.
Make it does not bust me.
actually
What if it's stationary and big?
actually that one does hit. It's over 5 and it's not it doesn't have any cover or anything like that, you know. It's a huge target, so your arrow hits, and this is a flame arrow, is that what you said?
Yes. This is well, because they're
Oh, it's imbued.
enchanted. Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you notice the arrow hits, let's see here. And it does start to catch fire, you notice. And at that point, Salviarine, this one here, she turns towards the one that looked like Keltio and she says, Ariel, you will do the honors this night. And she pulls out some curved blade. Ariel, of course, is the name of Yuya's mother and Keltio's mother. And
Oh shit!
she takes another step over towards her with the curved blade. And she says, you will make the blood sacrifice. You can see that the flame is like starting to catch. You notice that this undead creature is like looking down at that arrow. And then it starts to look back over in your direction again. And it starts to like walk towards, but it's looking through the fire, you know, and you can just see its eyes are kind of glowing and it's hissing and looking in that direction. Ariel takes the curved dagger, and you can see the small flame is starting to appear on the top of the top of the gateway. What do you guys do now?
Can we hear what they're saying?
Yeah, you do hear her call that name. She's shouting it out very loudly.
That's not really... I wouldn't have any idea who that was, so Wrath just says, I think they're about to sacrifice her. Shoot her!
And Vengeance just nods, and as she kind of fires the bow, she makes just a comment to Wrath. This is the girl's mother. She just fires. That
That's
hits.
it. Yeah. And this is going to be times 2 damage extra. So, was this a Deadeye?
No, it's just a quick attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it'll be power damage.
And she's not undead or anything like that, right?
No.
Okay.
Oh, it's enough to... You see her drop. You see the arrow go into her. It definitely wounds her, but what's that look like?
So, Vengeance again fires another flaming arrow and kind of soars over the air, over the bonfire, over the heads of these cloaked figures, these undead. And as the girl, Ariel, holds the knife to her hand, the arrow goes into her shoulder and knocks her down. And again, Vengeance keeps just prepping arrows.
And does she catch on fire is the question.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a percentile. And at that point, you hear some shouts of like, oh! And the other witch that was handing her the blade, you know, like turns and shouts, intruders! Infidels! And then all hell breaks loose, so we're gonna have to do the initiative.
Oh, my initiative is always so fucking bad.
Oh no!
We are slow, my love.
Yes.
I will have to teach you the finer points of movement.
Busy staring at each other. I'm sorry. I was absorbed. Hand holding. Oh boy.
All right.
Jesus.
That's all. I'm actually going to let all of you guys go first. This will be before you, because you guys still have.
They're all going at the same time on the other end.
Pretty much. I don't want to
Fuck.
roll for everybody.
Have fun, Rav. Yeah, Tathar. Let me see, how would I do here? Jesus. I was really hoping you guys would be first, but fuck it, let's go. All right. So, Tathar wants to. He's not. He's definitely not a warrior, but he is tricky. He wants to try to divert attention a bit, because even an angelic being can be overwhelmed. So, what Tathar wants to do is,
I will limit their numbers a bit if I can. Draw a few away with an orb, so that you do not have to fight all of them at once. Wrath.
and he kind of weaves a bit. I'm gonna weave a ethereal orb, and just kind of throw it off in a direction to try to get their attention.
Okay.
So let us cast the spell.
Yeah, it definitely works. And is that like over here?
Let's see. It can go.
Yeah,
Can
you can
throw it
pretty
in place
much.
in another location. So yeah, I mean up to my willpower, right? Or is it?
Yeah.
It's 18. I'll probably throw it over here because I know that vengeance is going to go to the left. So I'd throw it far over here, and then just occasionally try to move it around, so that they maybe chase it.
Okay.
That is 13 drain and lasts for 5 minutes.
Should be a good long enough for the whole battle.
Yes.
And was that 2 actions?
Yes, it is. I'm not gonna use any other ones.
Okay. Did you want to move at all or anything? Or?
No, this is good.
Okay. All right. Vengeance.
Vengeance will. They are waiting for them to come over here. That is the plan. She's going to fire another arrow at Ariel, just to try and kill her. She can't sacrifice herself.
She actually has full cover right now.
Ah!
Behind that thing because she's laying down.
Shoot the other one.
Yeah. She'll aim at Selverain, and I'm guessing she's not undead either.
No, she's
Darn.
not. Actually.
Okay, that's fine. She just won't use her silver arrows. So she'll knock an arrow. Let me see. I'm gonna do rapid fire for 3.
Yes. She does have some cover behind that, +4 cover, so good place for her to be, actually.
Yeah.
Arrows go flying through the air. Physical defense.
Ugh.
And they shatter on cover.
Yeah. Well, since that didn't work, she'll use her last frenzy action, and she's the ban. I don't know about the banshee. That I guess she'll fire at the skull cap thrall there, since it's the closest.
Okay.
And she'll use a silver arrow for this one.
And this is a single shot?
Yeah. Let me just
Still be
see.
×3 if it hits.
Yeah. ×3 plus the fire damage.
Oh
+1 to
yeah.
attack. Oh, I have +2 to attack this.
Demon hate.
Oh, yeah. Oh, these 12s. Yes!
Got him.
Is there anything, any
Yeah.
bonus for being fire?
That's 1d6 damage, right?
Yeah, that's the D6.
Oh, okay, just the D6.
So when the modifier comes up, yeah, put D6 and then the exclamation point.
Yep.
And then when the power thing is 3.
Ugh.
Nice. That's a kill. What's that look
Hey.
like?
Yeah, so Vengeance, frustrated with not being able to hit the other witch, with 3 arrows flying through the air, she reaches back, pulls one of the marked ones that she can feel with her fingertips. She knows is silver, and she pulls it out, knocking it back and quickly firing it at the skullcap thrall, hitting it right through the skull and watching it collapse to the ground. She feels satisfied in that.
Nice. Wrath's turn.
Wrath's just gonna move up to here, kind of getting cover, and just wait.
Okay. You could sacrifice your actions to go into a defensive posture since you're not
Perfect.
attacking at all.
Perfect.
That'll give you 2d20 to defend.
Okay.
All right. And bad guys. Selviarain starts to cast a spell. And she is going to... Let me see if she can actually get there with a range. I think it's pretty good range, though. Yeah. Let's see. Make sure her willpower is that high. I think it is. Oh, crap. Of course. Okay. All right, she is going to cast a spell at you, but you do get
Oh,
oh crap! You get to roll your 20 twice, your defense twice.
It's the first time.
Fortunately, that's a natural 20.
Ooh.
All right, Blood Vice hits you. You notice kind of like a just dark mana swirling in a spiral towards you, and it hits you for a minute, and it feels like you're just being squeezed. You don't feel any damage as of yet.
Okay.
But you can still see that, feel this kind of like weight on you, and this like dark aura still lingering around you. So some kind of, dark spell has hit you, but you're not affected yet.
He's gnashing his teeth as he stands there. I'm out of here.
Ah!
You notice the large ogre starting to stomp its way over in this direction. Doesn't make it very far, though. You also notice it reaches down and picks up a large rock. This ghoul advocate, you notice that one is looking towards the orb. It's starting to cast a spell. And the flames are still starting to sprout on that, on the gate. So now we'll go to Tath.
Oh boy. Tath is going to move over into the bushes to try to conceal himself a bit. Looking to Wrath. I'm going to try to go ahead and discern what, because I don't know that Tath would know offhand. I'm going to try to discern what spell was used against him. Seeing the dark magic, I'm sure it coursed around him.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can do your thaumaturgy.
Yep. Or alternatively, thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturge. You know that it is a black spell. You are not sure which one it is, though. Unfortunately, because you are a seer and mostly specialized in the green and blues. I think.
Yes, I mean yelling out its dark magic isn't going to surprise anybody, so he just keeps that to himself. But so that would be one action.
No, that'd be a free one, actually. That's cool.
Okay. Okay, so moving over here, I'm going to try to start, because in a battle, it's expected that the wizards are going to try to deal with one another. So I can see the ones who have been casting, right?
Yeah. You do know that the two witches are back there. With your astral sight, you would be able to pick up on more information of that type as well.
So the one that attacked Wrath, I think, would be one target, because he's willing to throw around his magical weight without fear. So Tathar is going to throw caution to the wind a bit, and is going to try to use Wither on that guy.
Awesome.
Nice.
Which one is that you're casting at?
The witch.
The one who casted at Wrath.
Which is the witch, yeah, the main witch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the witch there.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Get her. It's good to have a friend,
That's
finally.
a good one.
Don't count your chickens before
Yeah,
they hatch.
yeah, that's true. I've sent shit like that multiple times in this game and been like, yeah.
See?
Oh, damn it.
Jesus.
And that was 2 actions?
That would be 2 actions.
Alright, yeah, you can burn 2 frenzy if you like and do another one.
I think I'm okay after having my hopes dashed, thanks.
Alright.
That was, you take the mana burn regardless, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, you notice the spell coming towards you. Are you looking astrally right now? Did you want to do that?
No, not right now.
Okay.
That's a drain per turn I'm not ready for.
You can see her. She kind of swipes the spell away as it's coming towards her. And Vengeance.
Vengeance is going to move up near Wrath. Getting a bit closer, and she is the witch a bit. She's still in good cover.
Yeah, the other one seems to be on the ground, crawling or doing something back there.
She's gonna fire 1 arrow now at Seldrain. Oh no.
Is that a net 1 there?
Yeah. Vengeance is not doing well.
Flee, flee.
Give me that fumble. Uh-oh. Alright, that's oh, what's the is it just 1d100?
Scatter is... just click the direction there.
Ah, so it fires behind.
Okay, so you're good.
Oiri,
So
is that you?
she is about to fire, and she thinks she hears something behind her. Kind of quickly turns around and fires. Realizes it's nothing, but the wind turns back around and fires again at the witch, thinking it's just witch misdirection. Better. Oh my god, this witch! Vengeance is getting pretty angry, so she's going to fire at the ghoul ogre, and can't do quick attacks with only 2, so she'll do single attacks. And it is undead, right? Okay,
Yes.
good. I can hit an ogre.
It's big. Maybe.
Ah, yes!
He stands up. He's going to try to swat it with his tree stump and then... Thunk.
Oh my goodness. Terrible. But, yeah, she kicks the arrow back and fires. And seeing the paltry damage she's doing to this thing, she's gonna fire again.
Yeah, you see he actually goes down on one knee after the arrow and hits him.
Oh my god.
No, I'm rolling like shit.
Well,
But so
that's
is
better.
he. That just he knocks that silver arrow back and fires into the ghoul ogre.
Nice. That's enough to knock him to the ground.
So she fires another arrow into his leg, hitting it at just the right angle that ends up collapsing on his back to the ground.
All right. Is that it for vengeance?
Yes.
Wrath.
Oh my god, I'm petrified to get out there. But he's gonna be on me if I don't, so he's gonna go up to this. Moves up to this thing and just takes an overhand swing and tries to slice it in two. Here we go. This is a quick attack. Jesus.
He tries to dodge to the side, but fails.
Modifier 1d6. No power crit combo.
38 damage. It takes him to the ground.
Should I roll fire potential? 1d100.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. I'll do another quick. So he hits it across the leg and it just topples over. Tries to stab it if it's on
it
the
doesn't
ground.
burst flames.
Oh my god.
This is another quick
Yeah.
attack. Yeah. Okay. He suffers a negative for. He is going to try to block with his weapon from the ground, but he does not.
Alright.
At least they're rolling crappy to dodge. The other ones are anyway.
That moves,
witch.
yeah.
Yeah, that witch. She's kind of doing nicely. Oh, that's a kill.
Yeah, he just stabs through it and it bursts into flames. So I guess I have one action left for Fury Fighter, but nothing to hit, so I don't do anything. I'm done.
Do you have any throw-in actions?
I do. I'd have to pull it out,
Throws
right,
them
and
out.
throw it.
Do you have quick blade? Or...
Plus, I have my hands are
No.
full and all that jazz.
Yeah, that's
so-
true. Okay. Bad guys. The witch. Alright. She looks towards... let's see, can she see Wrath right now?
I assume I'm behind
No.
those big boulders, yeah?
No, she can't see him right there. So she is going to actually move. It's over here. And... yeah, she's going to go ahead and come out here. Actually, no. Full cover back there. The slave girl finally comes out, who we know is not really the slave girl. And she actually seems much uglier now when she comes out from behind the altar. Has kind of changed her form a little bit. And she starts to mumble an incantation. She casts a spell and outstretches her hands. Oh my god. And you notice this bone that she's holding, it shapes into a large blade. More like almost looks like a long sword, pretty much shaped. Bones and stuff kind of create this sword in her hand. And she starts to move forward, cackling as she does. Others beginning to move, flying in. You notice the Banshee. Banshee reaches Wrath, and she tries to scream when she gets to you. Her first initial attack as she's flying towards you is called a Shatter Scream. What would be your initial, be your defense to this as she comes in?
As she got close, he would just try to smash in the face with his shield, would be my thought.
Cool. Yeah, so go ahead and do your block. You can add your normal block. Nice.
Yeah.
When you throw the shield up, you can feel it kind of vibrating, as her scream is like deafening. And
yeah, like it bends him almost backwards as he puts the shield in between the two of them.
And then she whips the sword around and tries a heavy attack at you. Tries to come underneath the shield, but she does not. That is it for her. You notice what appears to be another Veil Knight pull his blade, and he starts to make his way towards you. Not running at all, just kind of like stomping heavily in the snow. This looks bad. As more start to come close and close in. Vengeance. You notice this one comes over here, comes smashing through the bushes, the Ghoul Mage, and it points a finger at you. And hurls a spell. Looks like a...
Chill, I guess dodge.
Looks like a fumble here, Jack.
We can use all the help we can get.
Yeah.
Magic fumble, what happens?
You ready for him to explode? Oh.
What? Where is that when the player characters need it? Alright, you see
Keltio.
I know, right? He reaches a finger towards you, bony hands, and you see the spell just kind of goes and then dissipates. So he tries it again. Yeah. Aims his hand again, firing. A weak spell, but a bolt of fire, like a sphere of it, goes flying past you. Dissipates.
Kind of dodge out of the way, just roll. Maybe hold the bow tightly.
This ghoul advocate casts a spell, and he hurls it through the ethereal sphere with a strange question look on his face. This Mist Mage does the same thing. You see the Mist Mage casting spells at it as well. The other Banshee is not having it, though. Comes flying through the woods, kind of towards Wrath. See her kind of hovering off the ground. She floats. And another armored creature behind her, horned helmet. It's looking bad. The Ghoul Ogre stands up and only gets to move this far. and smashes one of those cultists out of the way. Cultist just dies horribly. Tath's turn.
So I'm going to go ahead and move the orb if I can. I'm not sure if that's something I can do after the fact or not.
Yeah.
So I would just zoom it pretty much straight across, just trying to be a distraction again. So I would just point my finger at it from the bush and send it across the camp. And then seeing rats starting to get piled in on Tath looks at this being here, heavily clad in the armor, thinks he might be an issue, and is going to try to slow him a bit by using... No, it's going to be entangle, actually.
Oh, that scroll we got.
Yeah, so he's going to quickly fumble for his scroll in his pocket. And, where are my spells? Withers green, I think. Or not wither, entangle or ensnare, right?
Yeah, green.
Yeah, so he'll go ahead and read from the spell to use ensnare, and that is one. That's 2 actions to use. So, I don't have it on the spell list, unfortunately, so I'll just do cast spell, I guess, and cast a green one because it's so 12.
Alright, come on now. You've been hiding over there in the bushes. Is this at, wait, let's see.
This is at the Veil Knight. Yeah, I'm just hiding in the bushes pretty much, just pointing my finger at people.
Okay. Yeah, actually, then that's going to get him, because he didn't even know you're there, so. The entangled, what's that look like as the vines come up and wrap that dude up?
Yeah, so he looks at the scroll, and he points at the Veil Knight, and tangles and vines come from the earth, gripping it by the legs and arms, just holding it in place. As I'm sure the Veil Knight, if dead things could look confused, would look confused. So it would suffer a -2 to 6 with hit and defend. Not that I think the hitting's going to matter, but the defense might. So how is that determined since he didn't get to roll? Is it just he didn't get a 1? He just rolls a 1, or? Because I think it's in the difference between...
Oh, it's over a 5 when they're unaware.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
The amount of points different between the hit and defend roll will show how badly it's tied up.
Okay, so as if he rolled a 5, we'll say.
So 7. So it's 6. Then he just suffers the max penalty.
Okay,
so
cool.
-6 to hit and defend.
Awesome.
He can break through 2 unarmed actions though, if he wants to. Strength versus resisted willpower against me.
Okay, so on his turn, he'll get strength and you'll get willpower. Cool. All right, yeah, he's wrapped up. It's all... That's a good one to wrap up, too. And anything else from Tath?
No, he's just going to survey the battlefield, trying to pick out what he can do next.
All right, Vengeance.
Vengeance is going to fire... She's going to do single arrows for now. Firing at the Ghoul Mage. Ugh. No! Our first arrow kind of sails overhead. And again, she does the same thing. Oh my goodness. Oh.
That's that D6 in there. And, oh,
Mhm.
nice. That's a kill.
So the first one just sails overhead of the ghoul mage, and Vengeance is gritting her teeth. Again, fires, hits the ghoul mage where the heart would be, and watches it burst into flames. Again, that smile just creeping on her face as she looks to the Veiled Knights, the Banshees, seeing Wrath starting to get surrounded. I'll spend a frenzy to hit the Banshee right beside him. Oh, yes.
Yeah, if you could kill that thing, that would be real nice.
You got. Oh, no!
Jesus.
God. She turns and swipes it aside. Their blade.
I'm just gonna try again. Second frenzy. Oh. Yeah, just can't seem to hit. Just arrows flying past. She doesn't want to hit Wrath. That's it for Vengeance.
Yeah, Wrath, I think he's up, so. He turns and does a quick attack against the Banshee. Depending on what happens, I'll describe it. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
I guess I'll try to pull it out for my second one.
That tree right there.
Oh my god!
It wasn't a double nat, at least. But fuck
So
it.
that wastes one action.
I'll use my Fury Fighter to try to pull it out again.
Goodness.
Alright, that's out now. That was 3
Yep,
actions.
I'm gonna spend Frenzy to... I'm gonna spend 2 Frenzy to do a heavy attack against this thing. Cause... whatever. Oh!
Oh, man. Yeah, she was about to block that thing, too.
Mhm. So it's a 2 modifier on this, right? The 2 times modifier, my heavy attack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a kill.
So he swings, and he misses, and it gets stuck in a log on the ground. He's yanking. He finally pulls it out and just does an, uppercut swing and just cuts it from hip to shoulder in half, and just the 2 parts go flying. And his eyes are going red, and it looks like he's just in this frenzy state of rage.
Alright. You notice the witch calls around the corner here. Moves to about here by the fire. And who can she see?
Not me, I don't think.
Still Can't see you. See Yuya? Let's see. No, you're behind some trees. So she's moving, passing through the trees there. The ogre makes it to about there. The Veil Knight is going to try to break free with a strength check versus Tath's willpower.
You are a strong child, but I am beyond strength.
Haha, nice. This one, the witch. Moves to about here. And she is still... not going to attack yet. Alright, the next Banshee comes flying towards Wrath. And this one tries that same first attack with the Shatter Scream. And you can tell she's going to do that same thing. Oh, nice. And you can roll your defense too.
I do. I rolled a
Hopefully.
22.
Oh, okay. And that is... she falls to the ground. And that is it for her turn.
Yeah, as he gets close, he just turns and swings his shield into its chin and just knocks it to the ground.
Alright, this one comes running up and tries to do a heavy attack at you. This blade, his axe, he's got in his hand. Easily blocked.
Block.
And that one's going to burn 2 frenzy and try one more heavy attack at you. Easily blocked.
He's just hunkering behind his shield, just doom, doom, doom. All these ricochets off of it.
And the orb was thrown back this way, right? Like over here?
Yeah, I just sent it flying across the camp, just trying to continue to distract and annoy.
You notice the witch waves at it. She slices at it as she goes by, and her eyes kind of gleam in its light and stuff, and then she kind of ignores it. You noticed a couple of the undead are not so smooth, though, as they are chasing it. The Mist Mage launching spells at it and biting at it, snapping at it. All right. Tath.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to be more annoying with that. I'm going to have it track the witch, but just try to follow her just in front, like stay in front of her, so she just has this orb of light in her face the entire time. So I'm just going to track that with her just constantly. So I'll do whatever I have to make sure that happens.
Cool. Just make a willpower check on that one.
Or at least don't ever go wrong.
And do you want to do anything else?
Yes. So Tath is gonna take a quick drink from the water skin of mana that he has, and I'm gonna try to wither the ogre.
Okay. Each one of those uses, I think you used one before.
Yeah, I'm down to 3.
Okay, cool. And a wither at the ogre?
Yeah, a big wither at the ogre.
Alright. this one will get to try to defend.
Nice.
That's a hit, yes. And that's going to be times your level, which is 7.
It's gonna be pretty disgusting. So that's 24 burn, I think. Yes. 26.
It'll be your spell. It's under your spell effects, right?
Yeah, I got 26, and then okay.
Yeah, it should be up there. Wither under your spell effects.
And then it's multiplier 7 for level, right? Or is it already plugged in?
Yeah, the power damage. You'll just put a 7 in there and hit enter. Nice. And that is. Why is he not popping up? That is a kill.
Nice.
What does that look like?
Yeah. So Tathor sees this big ogre coming in with a rock in his hand, and his eyes get big. I do not see this in my vision. And he points at it and just recites Wither backwards, which I think is Wither. Shoots a bit of it's almost indiscernible stream of magic towards the ogre, but as disgusting and bulbous and already mostly decayed as it was, it just quickly sort of starts to shrivel and fall into a heap of just dust as all the moisture and anything else is pulled from its rotting skin. And that's it for Taff.
Vengeance.
Vengeance is... She's kind of feeling the exhaustion, seeing that she's really only killed 2 things. Wrath is getting surrounded. She's going to attempt to summon up Yuya.
Oh yeah. She can easily let her come out. I think
Okay.
that wouldn't be a problem since it's moon. The moon is out and everything.
Do you want me to drag her out?
Yeah.
Oh, she's so big! Ah!
Oh, can you pull her out?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna have sight though, is the other thing. Let me see. No, I only have sight on Vengeance.
Oh, here, I'll pull her out.
I'll remove Yuya.
I thought I already had her over there. There we go. So you could easily, I would say it might actually take an action for you to do it.
Yeah, it's fine. So Vengeance kind of reaches down and quickly falls into the slumber, and as her kind of shoulders slump a bit, her legs buckle, she kind of quickly springs up as Yuya. She gazes around in a bit of a panic, and seeing Wrath surrounded. She is going to kind of look to him and raise her hand. And what she's going to do is, let me just see, I gotta go to the page.
Rogue, you might want to add her back to the initiative, just FYI. Because Vengeance was on there before and you deleted her token, I think.
Oh, okay, thanks.
So she is going to do Shatter Undead. Let's see. The magic ability is +1, so it's +1 to hit, and does not damage you with your willpower attribute times the level of the priest. This is 25 mana. That's okay. D20 once and hit. Declare held by the streams. Okay.
Yeah, if you
So-
do many streams, it'll weaken it. If you do Yeah, if you do like one stream, it'll be all your levels, basically, at one creature.
She's gonna do a split of just in front of Wrath. She's gonna do 3 on this one with the horns, and 4 on the Banshee.
Awesome.
So I don't. Let's do. I guess I'll just roll.
A
some of my
D20, yeah.
spells. Yeah. I think I have sorcery +1 now, so.
Okay.
Let's roll it.
Yeah, we should probably make you a button for that.
Oh. Yeah. I guess it'd be not spell. I guess spell effects. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, it'd be cast. My bad.
Yeah, cast.
Nice. Oh, that's the dodge. Never mind. Not nice.
Ew. Oh, I hit 1 though. I hit the Banshee.
Yeah, you hit the
So I
4 of the
did-
streams.
Yeah. So give me 1 sec. Let me get this calculator out. Because 20 times 20 times 4. 80 damage.
$80 damage to the Banshee. The Banshee falls to the ground. And is wounded.
Yeah, so Yuya kind of springs up and just this burst of light just emits from her. And these 7 streams come out, completely missing and kind of going around the horned undead. While another 4 strike the Banshee from above. And I still have, so that's using 1 frenzy. And I'll use 1 more frenzy. Because I have 5 magical actions total. And I'm going to fire at the horned one with Aether Bolt.
Yes. The finger of God.
Pretty much.
Prepare to be fingered.
Target number is 11.
Ah!
My God.
Yeah. So Yuya, kind of in that disorientation, firing off that magic, she kind of raises her hand very weakly and fires again at the horned, the armored one. Just kind of goes off to the side and just blows up. And she stands up straighter, again, kind of assessing the battlefield. What's going on?
Alright, it is Wrath.
So, question about hack. 1 rage attack. What is that exactly? Is that a?
One heavy
Okay.
attack, you can swipe
So I
both
just
of
do a
them.
heavy attack and I hit them both, or miss them both, whatever.
Mhm.
Okay.
They both have to dodge one
Yep,
one
that's
roll.
what he's gonna try to do. So I'll do that.
A good one in there. Let's get a good one. That one's not bad. That one's a hit. You hit the horned one. You can go ahead and do damage. They both take the same damage. And this one's on the ground. I think this one's on. Both of them hit. Nice. That is a kill on both of them.
Yeah, so Wrath just seeing these Aether Bolts come from behind him, he just takes advantage and just takes one big swing from right to left as the one on the ground starts to get to its knees, just takes its head off and then goes through the hips of the other, just cutting him in half. And then he just continues to press. He's in a rage. He's just rushing forward. And he's going to go here and here. His movement. And then I'm going to use my 3rd action. And he attacks this Mist-Mage just as he moves forward. Quick attack on this guy. I'm
Kidding
going
me.
to spend one frenzy to attack for another quick attack. Fuck.
And one more.
Yeah, might as well at this point. Nope. He gets caught up in the trees as he's trying to get to this thing. He's unable to hit it.
All right, Tath.
Did the enemies go? Just to make sure.
No, I think the turn order got a little jacked up. I think
Did
Tats
it-
should
did
be
it-
before Yuya. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Unfortunately.
I was going to ask you, once we got to the enemies, do you want to finish this fight or continue it next time?
It's completely up to you guys.
Oh, I kind of want to continue.
We must see the end.
Yeah.
You guys good?
Yep.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. The slave girl, which is actually Ariel, is suddenly dissipates into a cloud of smoke, and using her mist form is able to move 20 spaces. 20 inches, which is, what is that? That's 16 right there, isn't it? Alright, when she appears up behind Yuya, you're able to, you notice the stream of smoke fly past you, so you're able to kind of rotate and notice her when she takes her form back. And as she raises back her dagger, or her blade, her bone blade, her face changes from, like, pure hatred to shock as she sees you. And she says, Yuya! And she does not attack.
She looks... Does Yuya recognize her at all at this point, or no?
She looks familiar, but she does have... It's almost like if you were looking at somebody that you know kind of changed into the monster vampire, her face is kind of contorted and twisted, but if you want to, you can make an intelligence check or a perception check.
Like perception. Oh, damn.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know who she is.
Yuya
Yes.
just looks at her and turns around in shock, about to kind of jump back, and takes a quick look up and down. Mom?
What are you doing here? And she starts to lower her blade.
We've come to defeat this evil. Why are you here?
You see that witch closing in, and she's like, "Kill her! Ariel, kill her!" She looks towards the other witch and back towards you, but she doesn't attack you. The witch is busy talking to you at that point. These two undead are attacking the orb of light. The orb of light was following the witch until she mist-formed. Do you still want to kind of chase that Tath? Go towards her?
I have other plans for that. Is it back to me yet?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Change when we get back.
This zombie comes running towards Wrath, full out, and tries to attack with a heavy attack, unarmed. This is the first one to actually hit you, and it doesn't even go through your armor.
It just scratches his breastplate.
The one that you're fighting in front of you turns, spins around, kind of floating in the air, tries to, it moves both of its hands into a strange formation and says a command word, casts a spell at you.
I can block that, or
This is,
what do I?
yeah, this is a normal
Okay.
physical defense, so, yeah. You can hear, like, the scratches and on your shield there. You notice the other ghoul near you comes towards you and swings a heavy attack with his staff. These are like weak ass enemies right here.
I need weak ass enemies right now. That would do 6 damage.
Nice, so it doesn't knock you down. Alright. And I believe that is it. The Veil Knight's trying to struggle out of the thing. We haven't tried that again this round, have we?
Nope.
Here we go, strength to check. Ooh.
Oh, he might make this one.
Get off of me, Dwet! Ah! Get off of me! Alright, yeah, you can hear he roars and kind of rips through the vines there, and then starts to make his way towards Wrath. Doesn't quite make it there, though. And that is it. Yuya's turn.
It's Taff.
Yeah, Tath first.
Oh, sorry. Why does that keep...
I think it's just when it got reordered somehow.
Okay. There we go. Alright, Tath.
Yeah, so he'll maintain the orb, just kind of going in circles around these. The two that are messing with it right now, just trying to keep them busy. And he will look towards the other witch here. And he breathes deep, and he's going to attempt to wither her again.
Wither.
Nice.
Oh, God. Who's that?
Powers within me, the witch that's over here.
Her mom?
No.
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Main witch.
This one
Main
has
witch.
been
Yeah.
unfucking touchable.
Yes.
Get
Oh,
her.
man. A critical wither coming at her. That's going to be nasty.
If she doesn't crit me back.
Could just
Alright, she does have an astral mirror, which she will try to use. Oh, God. So she gets one more roll.
I can see the green.
Astral mirror. Oh, no. You are good. So when the damage comes up, you'll put your 7 in there on power, but 7 asterisk 2.
14?
Or 14. You could put 14, yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, would have been so much better. It does bring her to the ground, though.
I only have 2 frenzy, but if there's ever a time to use it, it could be now to cast Wither again.
Yes.
Um,
And since that was a critical, I'm going to give her a body save.
Also on Wither, they do have to either make a body save or suffer D6 to strength and body.
Ah, there we go.
So,
So she's getting negatives now. Go ahead and do a D6 if you can.
so 2 to
Okay.
strength and body.
2 off of her strength and body. Okay. Yeah, she'll start to take negatives.
Let's do it again.
Yes. Dehydrate her.
I will. Whoa. Whoa. I have a.
Astrolink.
I do have Astral Link. I don't know if I can use it because I did. 46 mana. Oh god, I'm gonna pass out, but it's worth it.
Yes.
So wait, let's see.
Roll
God.
low.
Do you want to use it? Or
So
do you
this is
wanna
good. That'll put me to 24, which is going to put me at -2 if I was finished casting the spell.
Do it.
What is that going to do to me?
You mechanically you'll have to make a willpower check, and that'll take 4 hit points as well. You take double the amount of hit points for every point of mana you go under.
I'm in service to the gods. I must do it. Let's re-roll it. Yeah, it's not failure.
That gets her though.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
Oh,
she rolled a 4 on defense.
shit.
It was worth it. The headache and the nosebleed.
Nice.
Nice. Doesn't kill her, but it's hurting her bad.
Yeah, so Tathar, oh god. Feeling physical pain after this. So the first one, great power comes from within him and just begins to drain all of the whatever life remains in this husk, this miserable dark dealer of magic. The second one drains him almost as much as blood begins to flow from his nose and ears, but he pushes on, the angelic choir ringing in his head, surging him forward as he continues to lay down on the witch with withering spells.
Nice. And it is Yuya.
Yuya, hearing the battle behind her, wanting to talk to her mother, very confused, but she's not attacking her. She's going to take steps and in front of her, look to her mom, then look backward, hold up a hand, and blast the other witch. She's on the ground.
Oh, that's a -1. Oh, got her. Oh, nice.
Let me see. Not bad.
Oh, she is almost there.
Yuya. She's gonna use an action to take a swig of her own mana jug to give 50 back to herself.
That'll actually be 2 actions. 2 magic. So that'll be 3 right there that you've done. You can use Frenzy now.
Oh yeah. 1 sec. Yeah, so she'll 1 sec.
Oh. Damn. You almost got one of the witches.
Okay. She'll use a frenzy and fire at her again. Ugh.
That's -1. That's 8. That's a miss though.
And use your last action to fire again.
Last. There we go.
Just in desperation.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
What is that?
Paltry.
That was a terrible roll there on that one. She is very wounded and still on the ground.
Yeah, so you see just Yuya just firing just Aether Bolt after Aether Bolt at this woman. About 3 in succession. 2 of them hitting, but still not doing quite enough damage.
Wrath.
Well, I'm gonna use hack on the Mist Mage. Can I hit all 3 of them then?
No, there's another talent for that. Need to unlock on Master.
And additional. Okay, yeah. So I will attack the. Hold on, let me look at something here.
You could do the Mist Mage and the Zombie, or the Mist Mage and the Advocate.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the Mist Mage and the Advocate. With the heavy attack. So here comes hack. Nice.
Oh God, yes, that is nice.
Times 3 damage.
That'll be times 4
4, okay.
actually, times 2, and then times 2.
1d6 as well. So times 4.
And that kills both.
Yeah, he just is swinging this flaming sword and just hacks through both of them. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna try a heavy attack. I'm gonna spend. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna spend 1. Let me ask you a question. What happens if I just move at this point? Does zombie get a free attack on me?
If you are you moving here? If you're still going to be touching him, he won't get an attack of opportunity.
Well, I'm gonna
on
move
you.
all the way to this witch up here. That's my plan.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he'll
That's
swing
what
at
I'm
you
gonna-
once.
I'm just gonna let him do it. I'm just gonna go straight up here 4 squares. So he just cuts through him and then just bull rushes past the zombie, trying. Of course. Let me try to. Do I get to block or no?
Yeah, you can try to block. So he hits you with his claw, but if he doesn't do enough damage to even knock you down, it's not going to matter. Which he very well might,
maybe
because
20
he's
or-
a...
Oh, it's armor defeating though, right? So I don't get my armor.
No, it's not armor defeating. It just rolls
Okay.
double. You'd have to roll a 1 for it to be armor defeating.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, so he just claws into your... That was with a critical hit, too. Claws into you, and you just push past him.
Yeah, he just ignores the thing. And he walks up to this mage on the ground and... Ah! You will meet the Maker's fury! And I'm gonna do a heavy attack, so that would be my 3rd action, and spend Frenzy to complete the heavy attack, right? I can do that. Alright, so here comes a heavy attack.
She shouts out, "Protect me!"
Not great.
No.
And she is taking negatives from his wither and from being on the ground. Oh my goodness.
God.
She moves at the last minute. Your blade comes down and then fires a bone sphere from the ground up towards you. That one's written wrong. But anyway.
Do I get to try to block this?
Yes, you do. That sucked. I thought that was gonna be it right there.
Well, I got another frenzy for a quick attack coming, so we'll see what happens here. But
Okay, Bone Spear. It was just written wrong on here. Why is it wrong here?
yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Whoa!
Well, I will tank that.
And your armor.
So that's... Yeah, I
45?
think it's 45. So what do I need to... What do I need to tank? Do I need to spend something to tank? I don't remember.
I think it's 1 saga point.
It just says... No, it doesn't... Yeah, burn 1 saga point, which I will do. Okay.
So you take 75 from your current hit points. What are your current hit points
86.
at? 86 minus 75. Jeez. And you notice that her blood vice spell, it actually heals her.
Like 75 hit points.
Yes, she gets back 75.
Oh my god.
Well,
That is horrible. That would actually knock you to the ground, so the blade comes down, she fires it up into your chest, and you fall down on the ground next to her. And you still have that one last frenzy.
can I stand up with it? What do I gotta do?
No, you have to attack her
Yeah,
from the
well,
ground.
he just is just looking as this thing jabs through his chest in disbelief. He just does what he can and just stabs at whatever's next to him. Alright, well, here's a...
Oh, God.
Alright, here we go.
There you go.
Oh, my
Just crit back.
Oh.
That's all you need.
Just crit back. It's fine.
She's on the ground too still, right? So
Yeah. She gets negatives.
alright, I'm gonna
That's
roll
a
my damage,
hit.
I guess.
And this is going to be times 4. Oh, nice. And she is dead.
So this weapon that she used sprouts out through Wrath's chest, out his back, falls to the ground onto his side, his blade still in his hand. He reaches over, pulls himself towards her as he grabs her hair, yanks it back, and with one stroke slits her throat. The blood spurting all over both of them as they're both laying on the ground next to each other.
Oh, nice. That was crazy. And right after you do that, You notice this one shatters into ashes. And this one shatters into ashes. And this one dissipates. Your mother, Ariel, she looks past you and her jaw drops. And then she looks towards you with this just haunted look in her face. And then she mist forms and then takes off. You see her streaming smoke fly off over the trees and through the trees. I think that leaves
The veil.
all of the
A
people
very
scattered.
pissed off Veil Knight.
Yeah, the Veil Knight. The Veil Knight is slowly making his way over towards Wrath. Raises his blade up into the air. And he comes down with a heavy attack. With his bastard sword. Please block this.
What's my negatives?
You only get -1 for being on the ground.
Nope.
Why didn't it roll? Did it roll? Did it freeze up
I
on me?
I don't see I
Uh,
don't see any
cheating.
damage now.
I see no damage.
There's nothing.
Wait a minute.
It doesn't want you to roll damage.
It doesn't. It's like, no, you don't get to.
It's the sound that Veil Knight makes when he sees Wrath on the ground. Oh, yeah.
34.
14 damage, that puts me at -3.
Alright, you guys notice the Veil Knight stabs down in, the blade goes through Wrath. Wrath seems to fall unconscious at this point. Wrath, you can make your spiritual influence though. We'll do that when it comes to your turn, actually.
Sorry.
Oh,
It's been
well,
done.
And then it is Taft's turn.
He's down, isn't he?
Taff
Or he's still up?
sees this happening, and he's seen this thread. It always had the potential to happen, and he looks to Vengeance or Yuya. He doesn't know much of the differences. That part was always a bit hazy with the angels, and looks at Vengeance.
I've seen this thread. You must go to him. I will draw the creature.
Hi!
And Tathar is gonna power chug another thing from his water skin before putting it on his belt. Nose still running with blood, and walks out from the bushes and yells a challenge to the creature. I'll just walk out and yell a challenge to it. Don't get to do anything for that, since I drank it, so...
Come to me, fiend, for combat. Leave the being be. I am your challenge.
And is just gonna try to appear as threatening as a feeble old man can, with a staff.
Do you have any frenzy left? Do you want to attack, or?
I have 0 frenzy.
Oh.
I was not expecting this.
Yeah. This huge battle.
But yeah,
This was in my vision, but perhaps not as
This is the part you didn't see.
Yeah, this was the one. This was the thread that I've seen very little of.
All right, Yuya's turn.
Yuya just runs up beside the Veil Knight. Oh, can I get there? I don't know if I can get there.
You can get probably right here, though, Matt. I'm guessing. Yeah.
Ah, but I can't touch you. I need to heal
Oh.
you.
Oh,
Hide, you fool!
No, I wouldn't say that to an angel.
Fuck. Is the tangle is that
I
all
think
there
this.
still?
Yeah, I think the vines are still kind of moving.
Okay. Oh fuck. I can't throw anything for healing. Ugh.
You could just move up slowly.
Yeah, you can creep up if you want.
How
Let
long
it
does
come
he
to me.
have?
Huh?
How long does he have?
He's -3. He's not gonna die instantly.
He'll
you
die
don't
in a
know.
couple hours.
Yeah, you don't
Oh.
know. I mean, it looks horrible to you. You saw a blade go through him, and then he stopped moving. So, you want to pray for him?
Yes.
All right, you're the priestess. You can do it. Just click your prayer. You're kind of creeping up. You want to just creep up a little bit?
No, she just like kind of quickly hustles up and kind
Okay.
of mutters a prayer to Ghana, which does not work because
Ghana's not real.
Ghana's
Please,
not
Ghana.
looking at her right now. And she, I guess does that take an action? I'm guessing the prayer.
No.
Okay, she is going to start firing aether bolts. Actually, she's going to do Shatter Undead against the Veiled Knight.
Just all of it.
Hell yeah.
Cool. I was just looking at that. Go ahead and roll the d20 plus. And if you hit, it's your willpower roll. You just roll your willpower, and it's
Oh.
times your level.
Okay,
Your dice, your willpower dice.
that's all right. Just hope he doesn't dodge.
It hisses. It looks towards you. It sees these
Yes!
streams coming at it. Hit it. Boom. And then
Okay.
you just do a willpower check. And whatever you roll, it's going to be that times 7.
I'm guessing. Do I put anything in modifier or just I'll just times it by 7 after?
Oh yeah, you would be plus your spell effects modifier. I think is +1 or yeah,
So
plus. If you have a 20 intelligence, you have a +2 spell effects modifier.
let me see. I've got 19.
Okay, so you're +1. You just,
Oh my god.
so 35 damage to it.
Yeah.
All right, it blasts into him. He stumbles for a minute. You want to do it again?
Not that, because I don't have enough actions, unfortunately. She's gonna use remaining frenzy to cast 2 aether bolts at it.
Okay.
Oh
This
no.
time, this one he tries to raise his shield up. Blast into his shield, and he just hisses at you. He doesn't have a missile weapon in.
I'm just gonna try again. She's feeling. Oh no! That I don't have. Uh-oh.
Do you have Astral Link?
Nope. No, I don't. Yeah, Yuya is trying. She's trying to save Wrath, desperately,
Oh my goodness.
firing and firing, and not realizing that she's kind of overburdening herself.
Trying to throw everything at it.
Uh-oh. Oh.
I think Aether Bolt to a...
It's still times 7.
It's still times your
it
level.
is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, of course.
Oh, good! Since that hits Yuya's threshold, And Vengeance would technically still be up. Would Vengeance come out of that?
Yeah, what's your armor?
Oh,
it's
wait.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
0.
matter. Shit, the armor doesn't fucking matter.
I do have a toughness of 1, though.
Oh,
Yeah, there
Would
we go.
that count?
Yeah, you have 1 hit point left.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, Yuya is just firing these bolts of light, and at one point as she fires, kind of the light crackles up her skin from her hand and just blows her back. She just gets surrounded by this white light as she kind of lays on the ground, just barely moving.
Alright, Wrath.
I'm napping.
And you already rolled
Yeah.
your spiritual?
Big fat fail.
Alright. It is the Veil Knight, unfortunately. And he seems interested in the old man. So he starts to walk towards him. His shield out and his blade in the other hand. Tath's turn.
Mighty Maker, I call upon thee. Give me the power to strike down this vessel of evil.
It's gonna raise the staff and try to cast Wither.
Oh,
Maker likes
man,
you.
The gods were listening. Throw your spiritual influence too. Just
Oh yes,
for the hell
bless
of it.
me God. No, not quite.
That would have been awesome. Times 7.
14. Because it's double for crit.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Get him. Get him.
Down with you!
Yes. Yes. He had 151 hit points. He's dead.
So Tathnor, looking beseeching the Maker above from the stars, he points his staff, Verendum, at the Veil Knight as it approaches, and it walks steadily for a moment, and then a foot withers into dust. It crumples. And the other foot crumples. The calf bones up to the thigh, all the way until a skull remains. And a brief wind blows as the dust filters to the wind.
Battle is over. It's a good thing the old man came along.
He breathes deeply and wipes the blood from his face. And you must help him. Come, Oh my! And he looks and sees the state that Yuya / Vengeance is in. Let me help you up.
And she kind of gets up a little bit on her own, but definitely uses the assistance of Fargazer. Thank you. Just help me to him. I want to make sure he gets better.
Yes. Be very careful now. We will fix you soon. All right.
All right. And she's just in tatters at the moment, but she makes her way over with with Fargazer leaning down and healing Wrath. Let's just hope I don't fail this roll.
Pray to the Maker.
Ah, it works.
Heal. Let me double check what I have to roll for that.
Spell effect. It should be all ready to go, and then you just put a 7 in power.
Perfect.
Yes.
Does that go
So he
from my
awakens. What's that?
-3 or from 0?
From the
Okay.
-3, yeah.
Yuya lays her hands on Wrath, and suddenly his eyes shoot open, red and broad in flames. He takes a deep breath.
You're alright, you're alright. We're alive.
He looks down. The blade that had pierced him had been knocked free during the scuffle. His eyes peer over to the witch that he had killed. He looks up at Yuya and Fargazer. I feel... And his eyes flutter, even though his wounds are partially healed. And he doesn't say anything, laying there. He's conscious, but not speaking.
Yuya just leans over. Don't worry, I'll continue to. I'll get you better, all right? We'll get you back up, okay?
He doesn't respond.
She knocks back another one of those mana jugs. Looks up to Fargazer. Thank you. We would have been dead without you.
It is only due to the grace of the Maker that I come to the two of you now. Reach around in his pocket. You have an affinity. Here, take this. It is a powerful scroll, difficult to use, but you are more learned in white magic than I. And I'm actually going to give Yuya the rejuvenation right scroll that I have.
Awesome. That can save somebody even if they go up to negative 99 hit points.
Damn.
Do not use this lightly. Its power is immense.
She takes it in hand, puts it away before working on Wrath more, hands lighting up. She's healing Wrath before she even starts working on herself. And after she heals Wrath a bit more, she looks up to Fog. Thank you. I will make sure to use this in a time of need, but I do hope that I'm not gonna be able to not have to use it anytime soon.
Wrath actually stands up without saying anything, his sword in the snow, and he easily lifts Yuya up and takes her over to what looks to be a soft patch of ground / snow. You need to rest and heal.
Let me just... How are you feeling?
Well enough.
Okay. Give me a moment. And she starts to cast just out on herself.
You notice out of the trees, all of the people are taking their hoods off and looking towards you. They're all villagers of Skorde. They all seem shocked and pretty much relieved, actually. And one of them has the gall to step up at least. And you killed them all. You saved us.
I guess we did. And she'll look around to the massacre that they had laid. I'm sorry we couldn't get to the village in time to help more people.
Some of them fall to their knees and they're crying and stuff like that. And They all ask if they can come help if you need anything, and as they close in, seem like they want to help you in any way that they can. The camera pans back, and you can see the entire gate is consumed in flames. And you guys stopped some horrible thing from being brought into the world this evening. And that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Holy fucking shit.
God, that was cool.